You come back for the music party. So here we go.
Larry had a lawn chair sitting in the sun, a backyard dream and a half-baked plan. With the balloons tied one by one, he said, I'm gonna rise above this land. Sandwich in a sack and a cooler by his side, pellet gun ready for the ride back down. He only meant to take a little neighborhood glide, but the sky had other plans for town. The rope snapped loose, the chair shot high. Larry looked down and kissed the world goodbye. 42 balloons and a lawn chair ride, up past the rooftops, climbing wide. He waved goodbye to common sense and floated through the blue. Oh, 42 balloons in the LA sun, a backyard dream had come undone. He wasn't flying first class, but brother, he still flew. He passed the houses, he passed the trees, passed every plan he thought he had made. 16,000 feet in the breeze with a cold drink sweating in the shade. Pilot started calling in tower, do you see what looks like a man in a chair out there? The radio cracked, say again 243, did you say lawn furniture in the air? Larry held tight, white knuckle grip, one little lawn chair on a history trail. 42 balloons and a lawn chair ride, up past the rooftops, climbing wide. He waved goodbye to common sense and floated through the blue. Oh, 42 balloons in the LA sun, a backyard dream had come undone. He wasn't flying first class, but brother, he still flew. No runway, no wings, no flight control, just a man with a dream and a sandwich roll. No captain's hat, no silver plane, just a lawn chair drifting through the jet stream lane. He said, I wanted a view, maybe 200 feet, not a meeting with angels over Wilshire Street. But legends don't ask where the ceiling ends, they just float right past where the map begins. Finally he reached for that pellet gun, popped a few dreams so he could descend down through the clouds in the afternoon sun, hoping gravity might be his friend. He tangled in wires down in Long Beach town, lights went out for a block or two, but Larry climbed safely back to the ground, and the whole world heard what a lawn chair could do. Oh, 42 balloons and a lawn chair ride, up past the rooftops, climbing wide. He waved goodbye to common sense and floated through the blue. Oh, 42 balloons in the LA sun, a backyard dream had come undone. He wasn't flying first class, oh, but brother, he still flew. Yeah, brother, he still flew. Inspiration one in the wild blue. 42 balloons, one crazy afternoon, and Larry touched the sky too soon. Larry looked out at the California sky, said, I believe I'll take a little ride. Tied some balloons to a lawn chair frame with a backyard dream and no sense of shame. He packed a sandwich and a cold beer too, a pellet gun for when the trip was through. He said, I'll float a while, then I'll ease back down. But that chair had other ideas when it left the ground. The rope let go, the chair shot high. Larry said a prayer to the big blue sky. I got no real plan to land, just a pellet gun shaking in my hand. I got lunch in a bag, got fear in my soul, and Los Angeles looking like a cereal bowl. No wings, no brakes, no runway lights, just 42 balloons and a bad idea in flight. I got no real plan to land, but I'm doing the best I can. He only meant to see the neighborhood view, maybe wave at the folks on the avenue. But he passed the roofs and he passed the trees, then he passed good judgment in the afternoon breeze. Up where the airplanes make their way, pilots started calling L.A. Tower, I swear I don't mean to scare you, but there's a man in a chair in the restricted area. The tower went quiet, then somebody said, either he's up there or it's all in your head. I got no real plan to land, just a pellet gun shaking in my hand. I got lunch in a bag, got fear in my soul, and Los Angeles looking like a cereal bowl. No wings, no brakes, no runway lights, just 42 balloons and a bad idea in flight. I got no real plan to land, but I'm doing the best I can. Now every dreamer wants to touch the clouds, but most folks stay on the ground somehow. Larry said, friends, I aim too high. Now I'm sipping warm beer in the airline sky. Should he shoot one balloon? Should he shoot two? Should he wait for the wind to tell him what to do? He looked at that gun, then looked below and said, well, boys, here goes the show. Pop went one and pop went two. Down came Larry through the blue. He drifted low over Long Beach town, where the power lines helped bring him down. The lights went out for a minute or more. Police were waiting when he hit the floor. They said, son, what made you do a thing like that? He said, a man can dream from a patio mat. I got no real plan to land, just a pellet gun shaking in my hand. I got lunch in a bag, got fear in my soul, and Los Angeles looking like a cereal bowl. No wings, no brakes, no runway lights, just 42 balloons and a bad idea in flight. I had no real plan to land, but I did the best I can. No real plan to land, no map, no crew, no guide in hand, just a lawn chair legend, wild and grand, with no real plan to land.
Roger. The country got through its 206th birthday celebration in fairly good shape. The fireworks crowds were down somewhat in Washington and in New York, but St. Louis claimed the nation's biggest gathering, 2 million, along the banks of the Mississippi. There were, of course, foot races and turtle races and balloon races, but there was only one balloon trip like the one Larry Walters of North Hollywood took. Here's David Burrington.
Larry Walters had always dreamed of flying a balloon to a faraway place. So with help from a friend who taped these scenes, he rigged 42 weather balloons to a lawn chair and filled them with helium. Walters hoped to fly across the mountains to the Mojave Desert, staying in touch with a CB radio. Suddenly a cable broke and up he went with one emotion.
Fulfillment. I was on my way.
The first casualty, his glasses. They slipped overboard, leading to this radio transmission with his girlfriend.
I've got my other glasses. I can see perfectly. Don't worry. You copy over.
I copy. Are you sure you're okay? There's planes up there. We can hear them. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm going through a thin fog layer. Over. My altitude's 1,500 feet. See marine line right now.
Hey, you can see marine land. So you're heading toward... Oh, my God. You're going towards the ocean already.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody down here says to cut it and get down now. Cut your balloons and come down now. Everyone wants you down now.
The balloon reached 16,000 feet, spotted by two astonished airline pilots. But the craft wasn't moving, so after nearly 2 hours, Walters shot out some balloons with a BB gun and came down fast over Long Beach, the only time he was frightened.
I saw were rooftops and power lines. And I thought to myself, my God, this is it. You know, please God, you know, don't let me get fried.
Today, Walters said he has no intention of going ballooning again. His first priority now is to sell the rights to his story. David Burrington, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Okay, can you imagine the airline pilots, what they said? There's a guy up here in a lawn chair, but more about that later. Larry took some items along with him. Of course, he took the pellet gun. He took some sandwiches and some cold beer and some Cokes, I think, along with him. So we got a little song about that. It's called Cold Bear at 16,000 feet.
Larry had a lawn chair in a summertime dream. 42 balloons in a backyard scheme. Cooler on his lap, sandwich in a sack. Said I'll float around a while, then I'll drift right back. But the rope snapped loose and the chair took flight. Shot through the sky like a bottle rocket light. The houses got small, the streets got thin. And Larry said, boys, I may have done it again. He looked down low, he looked up high, then took a little sip and started asking why. Cold beer at 16,000 feet, sitting in a lawn chair, shaking in my seat. LA down below, big jets up above. This ain't exactly what I was dreaming of. Cold beer, cold sweat, hot summer sun. Too scared to shoot that pellet gun. I wanted a view, but brother, I got a front row ticket to a real bad thought. He had no wings and he had no brakes, just a lawn chair creaking with the sky at stake. The wind kept pushing, the balloons held tight, and Larry kept drifting toward the airline flight. A pilot called the tower, said you better look quick. There's a man in a chair and this ain't no trick. The tower said repeat that one more time, cause that don't show up on the radar line. Larry held on, his knuckles turned white, sipping warm courage in the broad daylight. Cold beer at 16,000 feet, sitting in a lawn chair, shaking in my seat. LA down below, big jets up above. This ain't exactly what I was dreaming of. Cold beer, cold sweat, hot summer sun. Too scared to shoot that pellet gun. I wanted a view, but brother, I got a front row ticket to a real bad thought. There's brave in this foolish, there's crazy in this free. Then there's drinking from a cooler where no man ought to be. furniture firmly tied down. Finally he raised that pellet gun slow, aimed at the balloons and said, here we go. Pop went one and pop went two. Down came Larry through the California blue. He drifted toward Long Beach, scared but alive, with 42 reasons he was lucky to survive. Power lines caught him, the neighborhood went black, but Larry climbed down and never looked back. Cold beer, 16,000 feet, sitting in a lawn chair, shaking in my seat. LA down below, big jets up above. That was more adventure than a man should love. Cold beer, cold sweat, hot summer sun. Finally had to shoot that pellet gun. He wanted a view, but brother, he found the sky gets lonely when you can't get down. Cold beer is 16,000 feet. No seatbelt sign, no captain's seat, just one long chair and a wild heartbeat. Cold beer is 16,000 feet.
Oh, yeah. Hey, if you didn't have your beer cold when you got up to 16,000 feet, I bet it cooled off really fast. It's cold up there, and the air is thin. I imagine he was getting a little bit lightheaded unless he had acclimated himself to higher altitudes. But crazy stuff, crazy for sure. Hey, the band members are joining me here. Some of them been out on the flight. I don't know, did you guys finish your flight already, or did you have problems? Which could be. So we got Cat and Blues Girl. Kyle's going to be our lead vocalist this evening. Billy Bob was detained somewhere. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he might be in the lockup again. Kana's back there on the drums right now. Samara over on the keyboard, and Wade holding down the bass for us. And we normally do our shows, the band shows, coordinated and choreographed with who's going to play what, but I told them today it's just a ad-lib thing, and we're just going to have fun with it and jam out here for you all, and I hope you can come back and dance with us if you live through the flight. Remember to try to land in the area there, the landing area around the power lines that we have set up for you, just to simulate what Larry had to go through. And we'll be telling more about that later. But back to the air traffic controllers. Can you imagine what was going on in that tower and in the cockpit of those planes that saw him up there?
LA Tower, this is flight 243. Go ahead, 243. You got any traffic up here shaped like patio furniture? Say again? Clear over old LA. Jets were lined up in the usual way. Pilots were calm, tower was cool. Then Larry came floating in a backyard stool. No engine hum, no landing gear, just 42 balloons and a cooler of beer. A sandwich sack and a terrified grin, drifting where a lawn chair had never been. The radar blinked, the tower froze. Somebody said, well, there he goes. I got the air traffic control blues. Don't know what I'm looking at, don't know what to do. There's a man in a chair in the airline lane, and nobody filed that kind of plane. Air traffic control blues. Somebody check that pilot's news. He says there's a long chair up in the sky. And brother, I don't think that man can fly. Tower, I am not joking. Describe the aircraft. Well, technically, it's a chair. A chair? Affirmative, with balloons. The tower man reached for his coffee cup, said maybe I should not have stayed up. Another pilot called, I see him too. He's bobbing around in the California blue. Larry looked down at the way the wind might blow. He grabbed that radio with a shaky hand, said, any ideas how a lawn chair should land? The static popped, the channel hissed, and half the tower thought the point was missed. I got the air traffic control blues, don't know what I'm looking at, don't know what to do. There's a man in a chair in the airline lane, and nobody filed that kind of plane. Air traffic control blues, somebody check that pilot's news. He says there's a lawn chair up in the sky, and brother, I don't think that man can fly. No tail number, no flight plan, no pilot wings on that brave fool man. No first class, no coach, no crew, just a backyard legend sailing through. He had altitude, attitude, and a cooler full of fear, while the tower kept asking, how'd he get up here? Unidentified chair, state your intentions, mostly surviving. Do you require assistance?
I require a better idea than the one I had this morning.
Then Larry saw the big jet slide, a little too close for a lawn chair ride. He took one breath and looked around, said, I believe I'd like to head back down. That pellet gun started feeling real, like the only break on a bad sky deal. Pop went a balloon, then two, then three, and Larry started dropping toward history. I got the air traffic control blues, don't know what I'm looking at, don't know what to do. There's a man in a chair in the airline lane, and nobody filed that kind of plane. Air traffic control blues, everybody paid their aviation dues. He came from the yard, went way too high, and made the tower question the sky. Tower, he appears to be descending.
Copy that, still in the chair?
Still in the chair.
I'm going home after this.
Air traffic control blues, lawn chair flying on the evening news. No wings, no brakes, no proper shoes, just the air traffic control blues.
Oh, yeah, nothing but the air traffic control blues. Wow, what a story, right? Can you imagine looking out of an airplane and seeing a guy floating in that lawn chair? Crazy, crazy stuff. Although he got in a lot of trouble for that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. As you notice here in our landing area, we do have some law enforcement officers on duty, and that's just to represent what happened to Larry when he landed. So what was Larry's plan to come down? He had a pellet gun, and he was going to shoot out balloons. Now, he had an altimeter with him. I don't know how he was going to judge how many balloons to shoot out to rate his descent. But anyway, that was his plan, and he stuck to it.
Larry sitting in a lawn chair way up high, 16,000 feet in the California sky. Got a sandwich in a sack and fear in his boots, looking at the world like a map of roots. He had a little pellet gun down by his knee, said that was my plan theoretically. But plans look different when you're way up there with your backyard chair in the airline air. He looked at the gun, he looked at the ground, said one wrong shot and I'm coming straight down. Pellet gun parachute, that's all he had to use. No wings, no strings, no backup plan, just a shaky little trigger in a fighting man's hand. Pellet gun parachute, pop one balloon and pray it's true. When your lawn chair's higher than it ought to be, you make your own way back from history. He said maybe one balloon, maybe two or three, but too many holes might be the end of me. The wind was whistling, the chair complained, and Larry felt every mile of pain. The radio crackled, the tower cried, sir, are you able to control your ride. Larry said control is a powerful word. I'm mostly just drifting like a patio bird. He wiped his brow, took one deep breath, and aimed that barrel at a colorful thread. Pellet gun parachute, that's all he had to use. No wings, no strings, no backup plan, just a shaky little trigger in a frightened man's hand. Pellet gun parachute, pop one balloon and pray it's true. When your lawn chair's higher than it ought to be, you make your own way back from history. Pop went one and the chair gave a shake. Larry said, Lord, that may have been a mistake. Pop went two and he started to slide. Not exactly falling, but not quite a ride. Pop went three and the sky let go. Slow enough to live fast, enough to know there ain't no manual, there ain't no suit for a homemade pellet gun parachute. Down through the blue like a carnival prayer, with busted balloons tangling everywhere. Larry held tight to the arms of his throne, wishing he left that whole dream alone. Long Beach rolls up with the wires in the streets. People looked up from their porches and seats. He said, I don't need fame, I don't need proof, I just need gravity to tell the truth. Pellet gun parachute, that's all he had to use. No wings, no strings, no backup plan, just a shaky little trigger in a frightened man's hand. Pellet gun parachute, pop one balloon and pray it's true. When your lawn chair's higher than it ought to be, you make your own way back from history. Pop, pop, pop in the afternoon, down came Larry from a weather balloon. No flight school badge, no pilot suit, just a lawn chair legend and a pellet gun parachute.
All right, so that was the plan, and it actually did work. He shot out enough balloons before he dropped his pellet gun to come on down. He didn't get the Guinness Book of World Records because he didn't have an official recording of his altitude. He had an altimeter with him, but it wasn't the type to record data, so I don't think he dropped that over the side. He just didn't have the proper equipment. I wondered if they couldn't use the air traffic control data or whatever, but maybe they didn't have an exact figure either. So what did he take along with him? As we said, a pellet gun, some beer, and some sandwiches.
Like a sensible man, had a lawn chair dream and a backyard plan. A couple little snacks and a cold one too. Said I'll float for a minute, enjoy the view. But the chair shot up like it had somewhere to be. Past the roof, past the wires, past the neighborhood tree. He looked down low and he looked up high, with a sandwich in his lap and a tear in his eye. Sandwiches over L.A., drifting through the blue on a runaway day. Pickles and cheese at 16,000 feet, with the whole wide city looking tiny and sweet. Sandwiches over L.A., this ain't no picnic in the regular way. He brought his lunch but forgot to say, how do you land over L.A.? He had ham on rye and a cooler of fear, 42 balloons and a bad idea. No little napkin could wipe away the fact that his lawn chair had gone astray. A pilot said, tower, you better take note, there's a patio chair and it seems to float. The tower said, friend, now please explain, is he serving lunch in the airplane lane? Sandwiches over L.A., drifting through the blue on a runaway day. Pickles and cheese at 16,000 feet, with the whole wide city looking tiny and sweet. Sandwiches over L.A., this ain't no picnic in the regular way. He brought his lunch but forgot to say, how do you land over L.A.? Some folks pack for a fishing trip, some pack light for a Sunday drive. Larry packed for a sky-high slip, just hoping to make it out alive. There ain't no tablecloth up in the clouds, no ants, no plates, no lemonade. was scared and proud with the strangest lunch he ever made. He took one bite just to calm his soul while the wind kept taking him out of control. Said, this sandwich ain't bad, but I must confess my landing plan is a powerful mess. Then he grabbed that pellet gun by his side, said, time to end this picnic ride. Pop went a balloon, then two, then three, and down came Larry through history. Sandwiches over L.A., drifting through the blue on a runaway day. Pickles and cheese at 16,000 feet, with the whole white city looking tiny and sweet. Sandwiches over L.A., this ain't no picnic in the regular way. He brought his lunch but forgot to say, how do you land over L.A.? How do you land over L.A.? With a pellet gun, prayer, and a lunch tray, 42 balloons took him far away. Eating sandwiches over L.A.
Okay, yeah, sandwiches over L.A. Hell, what a trip. Actually, Larry's plan, I think, was I kind of pieced together different stories and reports that I've heard and interviews with him. He actually thought that if the wind blew right, he could fly to the Mississippi River. But, of course, that was not to be. So that's why he packed the extra stuff with him, the food and the drinks. So, anyway, that would have been cool if he could have made it, but such is life. Okay, Billy Bob's Psychedelic Underground Band has a little bit of a surfer psychedelic music coming up here. Almost sounds a little bit like the Beach Boys. Balloon Man over Long Beach.
Tops and trees. Long Beach looked up from the streets below, said, what in the world is that patio show? No wings, no motor, no rescue plan, just a chair full of trouble and a frightened man. He was coming down slow, but not by choice, with the wind in the wires and fear in his voice. Balloon Man over Long Beach, floating where no man should be. Balloons in the sky, strings in the breeze, drifting toward the power lines and neighborhood trees. Balloon Man over Long Beach, too far from the ground, too low to be free. He touched the clouds, then he touched the street as the lights went out in Long Beach. Kids on bikes stopped dead in their tracks. Dogs started barking in the alley out back. Somebody pointed, somebody yelled. Either I'm dreaming or the sky just fell. Larry held tight to his homemade throne, wishing that chair had stayed at home. The ocean was shining, the city was wide, but power lines waited on the landing side. He said, easy now, Lord, don't drop me fast. I'm almost down, just let this last. Balloon Man over Long Beach, floating where no man should be. Balloons in the sky, strings in the breeze, drifting toward the power lines and neighborhood trees. Balloon Man over Long Beach, too far from the ground, too low to be free. He touched the clouds and he touched the street as the lights went out in Long Beach. He didn't come in like a hero plane, didn't land on a runway or a golden lane. He came in sideways, scared and worn, like a backyard legend accidentally born. The wires reached up, the strings reached down, and silence fell across half the town. Then click went the lights and buzz went the air, with Larry still sitting in that lawn chair. And what have you done? He said, I just wanted a little sun. But the story took flight from shore to shore, and lawn chairs never looked the same no more. Balloon man over Long Beach, floating where no man should be. Balloons in the sky, strings in the breeze, drifting toward the power lines and neighborhood trees. Balloon man over Long Beach, too far from the ground, too low to be free. He touched the clouds and he touched the street as the lights went out in Long Beach. Balloon man came down with no landing plan. The whole town looked up to see a lawn chair legend over Long Beach.
All right, yeah. A lawn chair legend over Long Beach. Wow, what a story. Some folks are arriving in here. I see a balloon coming in right now. I think it's Meg Madrigal. And yeah, she's been a supporter of these flights since the very beginning, all 11 of them actually. So thank you, Mag, for joining us here today. And this next song, now I'm going to give Samara a chance to get over to the microphone and help Kyle out. This is kind of a duet, but mostly female vocal on this one. And this is about Larry's girlfriend, whose name was Carol. And Carol was the one that financed this whole trip. Now, you might think, okay, he just had a lawn chair and he had some balloons. What was it, $150? No, it was like $15,000 to finance this thing, because the helium, of course, is very expensive, and the weather balloons. The Sears lawn chair actually was $100, and I think there's a receipt online I found somewhere for it. It was like $109 or something like that from Sears, which in 1982, that was a dang expensive lawn chair for sure. So you had that, and then his partner that filmed all the stuff and recorded it insisted that he take parachute lessons, so Carol financed that as well. And then, of course, at the end, when he was arrested, he had to pay some fines, and I think that was around $4,000. So we're talking about at least $19,000, and I don't think he ever really got much money in return, although he thought he would have been. But so anyway, here we've got a pretty cool song. We got a little sound bite from the actual flight, and then a song called "Keep Talking Larry," sung by Samara and Kyle here. So here we go.
I can see perfectly, don't worry. You copy, over.
I copy. Are you sure you're okay? There's planes up there. We can hear them. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm going through a thin fog layer, over. My altitude's 1,500 feet. See marine line right now.
Okay, you can see marine land, so you're heading toward, oh my God, you're going towards the ocean already.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody down here says to cut it and get down now. Cut your balloons and come down now. Everyone wants you down now.
Larry, can you hear me?
I hear you, Carol. I'm still here.
Larry, you've got to come down.
I'm trying. I lost my glasses when the chair took off.
Then listen to my voice. Just keep talking to me. I watched that rope snap loose in the California sun. Watched your little backyard dream come undone. You shot up fast like a firework prayer. 42 balloons and a lawn chair.
I helped you chase it. I helped you pay. But I never thought the wind would take you
holding this radio tight in my hand, trying to talk you back down to land. Static on the line, wind in your ear. I can't see your face, but I can hear your fear. Keep talking, Larry, keep talking to me. You're too high up in your heart to see the oceans out there waiting in blue, and I can't pull the sky back down to you. Keep talking, Larry, don't fade away. This was supposed to be a backyard day. You chased your dream, now take my hand through a radio wave, back down to land.
He said you only wanted a neighborhood view,
A little piece of sky and a dream come true.
but now the city's small and the sea is wide.
And that lawn chair's got you on a one-way ride.
I said, Larry, cut those balloons right now.
Find the ground,
Don't ask me how.
you said, Carol, I'm scared if I shoot too fast. This crazy flight might be my last. I heard you breathe,
I heard you pray.
then the signal cracked and almost slipped away. Keep talking, Larry, keep talking to me. You're too high up in your heart to see the oceans out there waiting in blue, and I can't pull the sky back down to you. Keep talking, Larry, don't fade away. This was supposed to be a backyard day. You chased your dream, now take my hand through a radio wave, back down to land.
There's brave and foolish, thin as a wire.
One little spark between dream and fire.
You were always looking past the fence line.
Always chasing some impossible sign.
Love ain't cheering when the stunt goes wrong.
Love is staying on the radio strong.
So Larry,
Don't you let that signal die.
not while you're drifting through my sky.
Larry, are you still with me?
I'm here. I can see the water.
Then don't go that way. Shoot the balloons.
I'm scared, Carol.
I know, do it anyway. Come home. Then I heard one pop through the radio rain like a little white hole in a runaway plane. Then another one cracked and your voice came through saying, I think I'm starting to drop from the blue.
I stood there shaking in the afternoon glare.
Talking to a man in a patio chair.
Every second felt like a mile of sky.
But you were coming back, Larry. You were still alive. Keep talking, Larry, keep talking to me. You're coming back from the wild blue sea. The ocean's out there, but the land is near. Follow my voice through the static and fear. Keep talking, Larry, don't fade away. This was never just a backyard day. You chased your dream, now take my hand through a radio wave, back down to land.
Carol, I'm coming down.
I'm still here.
Don't hang up.
I won't just come home, Larry. Keep talking, Larry, keep talking slow.
Love on the ground and the sky below.
42 balloons, one trembling hand, and a radio wave, back down to land.
Okay, yeah, keep talking, Larry. And Katori, she did sound very freaked out, didn't she? So far, we haven't had any balloon pilots make it back in to land in our specialized landing area, so I hope they make it. Band's looking very good up here, and so when you make it back safely, you can grab you a cold drink, some sandwiches, and join us here on the dance floor. The dance tarmac, I guess, is better known. So when Larry landed, he landed in some power lines. Fortunately, he wasn't injured, and he was able to drop to the ground, and he retrieved his chair That chair is in. I forgot. I should have written the thing down. The chair was in a museum, or is in an aviation museum somewhere. Somebody might look it up and shoot me the information on that. But it is in a museum, and but he was arrested and fined somewhere around $4,000 for because he flew into airspace controlled by the FAA, of course, and that's a definite no-no. It could have ended very badly, but fortunately it didn't. Power lines and police cars. Here we go.
To half the town. Power lines and police cars. One man's dream went a little too far. Lights went out and the sirens came. Everybody wanted to know his name. Power lines and police cars. He didn't need wings to become a star. He fell from the clouds with a lawn chair grin, and the whole world tuned right in. 20 dark minutes on a Long Beach block. Poured out in a state of shock. Someone yelled, "Is he alive up there?" Larry said, "Mostly, but I need some air." The chair hung tangled, the balloons hung loose. His grand adventure had no excuse. He climbed down slow from a sky-high throne, just happy to feel that ground like home. Then blue light flashed and tires screamed. The backyard flight became a front-page dream. Power lines and police cars. One man's dream went a little too went out and the sirens came. Everybody wanted to know his name. Power lines and police cars. He didn't need wings to become a star. He fell from the clouds with a lawn chair grin, and the whole world tuned right in. The officer said, "Son, what were you thinking?" Larry said, "Well, that depends where you start. At 200 feet it sounded brilliant, but 16,000 changed my heart." They said, "You had no license, no aircraft worth a dime." He said, "I had a sandwich and a very educational time." They wrote him up and hauled him away, but the legend got bigger by the end of the day. TV lights and newspaper ink, everybody had a joke to think. He paid his fine, but he earned his place with a lawn chair launch into outer space. No pilot school, no silver bars, just power lines and police cars. Power lines and police cars. One man's dream went a little too far. Lights went out and the sirens came. Everybody wanted to know his name. Power lines and police cars. He didn't need wings to become a star. He fell from the clouds with a lawn chair grin, and the whole world tuned right in. Power lines and police cars. Backyard dreams and heavily scars. 42 balloons and one wild ride. Larry came down, but the story still flies. Yeah!
And congratulations to Arizona. I believe she was the first pilot to land. And I just met Arizona this afternoon over here when we were getting things set up and ready to go, she stopped by and said she was going to come and fly she did. So thank you so much, Arizona. And Julia just landed too. Very well. You all landed and never got caught in the power lines. That's amazing. So those lawn chairs are fun. We intentionally scripted them so that they wouldn't fly real well. I mean, they don't do bad. They don't go very fast. You do have 2 speeds there. If you discovered that by clicking on them, you can go to the higher speed. But anyway, a lot of fun. And we still got a number of pilots out flying the course. So Larry made the talk show circuit. I know he was on David Letterman. I think he was on the Tonight Show as well. I don't have a recording of that, but going to listen to his interview here on David Letterman now.
What a nasty way to start the show, isn't it? Well, my next guest, last week, a man from Southern California grabbed the attention of the world when he fulfilled a dream he had had for 20 years, a dream of soaring 3 miles straight up in the air, sitting in a lawn chair. We're going to take a look at some videotape of that accomplishment right now. The voices you're going to hear are of my next guest in the air and his girlfriend on the ground. This would be Mr. Larry Walters going up in the lawn chair. Sounds just like NASA, doesn't it? Well, we're delighted to have this gentleman with us tonight. Please welcome Larry Walters. Hi, Larry. Have a seat. This is a phenomenal thing. Where did you get the idea to do this? When did it hit you? You said it was a 20-year dream?
Yes, sir. It hit me when I was a young boy, about 13 years old. I was in an Army-Navy surplus store. Saw a weather balloon dangling from the ceiling. And I just got the idea to inflate these balloons. And I figured if I had enough of them, it'd lift me. The idea was just, the float.
Yeah.
And I was fascinated by it, and I fulfilled the 20-year dream.
Have you done anything else in attempting to make your dream come true before now?
Well, the main thing I did, at the urging of an associate, Ron Richland, who also, that tape you saw, he's the man responsible for it. I'm sorry both he and my fiancée, Carol Van Dusen, who put up the money for the entire project, could not be here. But at his urging, I took a parachute course, and I had a very good parachute on, very reliable, and I was prepared, and at one time I was thinking of actually using it at 16,000 feet.
What kind of planning goes into this? Because when you say you hook balloons to a lawn chair, it doesn't sound, like...
First of all...
Like Neil Armstrong probably wouldn't be involved there.
The thing is, I call it American ingenuity.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, sir. And you heard the audio tapes. I had confidence in myself, in the craft, and I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
I really knew what I was doing.
Now, when you took off there, you actually lifted off prematurely, didn't you?
Yes, sir. The idea was to be tethered at 100 feet for approximately an hour, and about a half hour before launch, we were going to notify FAA and a few airports and let them know this lawn chair was going up with all these balloons. Right? But unfortunately, which is on the tape, the tether line broke prematurely, and that's when my whole ground crew panicked. And
now, why did it break?
There was no one to take the slack up on it. It was a 550-pound test nylon line, and the wind was blowing rather strong over the, just above the, about maybe the first couple hundred feet, and it just took that cluster up and me in it and snapped that line. And we have it on tape and film, and it sounded like a gunshot when that line snapped.
How many balloons did you have?
Approximately 43, sir.
And they were filled with?
Helium gas.
Helium. Was that an estimate? Were you just guessing that 43 would get you up?
Oh, no. We had done much prior testing prior to this. We had test inflations. We knew that each balloon would lift approximately 14 to 15 pounds. And so we just multiplied that. And
now, is it expensive to get that much helium?
Well, like I say, Carol, she financed it. She bought all the gas, and anyway, the gas and the balloons came to $3,000, and she bought my parachute for me. Thank God bless her. And that was another $800, and she went heavily into debt to see my dream come true.
I read a figure this afternoon that said the whole project cost around $15,000.
That is correct, because we were going to originally go from the Mojave Desert, and it was Carol's idea to launch from her backyard. Only because there was a hospital about a half mile down the road.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Now, once you went up, what was your means of controlling the lift or descending or?
Okay, I had complete control of the craft, and we have tapes, audio tapes. Yes, I did. I had complete control of my craft, and I mean, even when the line snapped, and you know, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But I had complete control of the craft. I had an altimeter right under my chin, and it was showing me my rate of ascent. And I had several hundred pounds of water ballast. And so what happened was I was trying to catch an easterly wind current. And when I went to 16,000 feet, I knew I couldn't go up much higher. I'd be a dead man. So I got my BB pistol, which I was going to tether. I was going to strap it on at my last hour of preparation with a few other instruments. And anyway, I got my BB pistol, shot out about 10 or 12 of the balloons, slowed my rate of ascent. Because I was rising about 1,000 feet per minute. And that was much too fast.
And you just shot the balloons out, and that caused you to come down?
Well, it was carefully. I shot the outer balloons out first. I knew what I was doing.
No, but there's so many questions I could ask you about this, because, as you said, you really had most of the variables controlled. But why a lawn chair?
American ingenuity. Why not a lawn chair?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the best. Believe me, I looked at baskets, and I looked at gondolas, sir, and the lawn chair was the best suited means.
Yeah. Was it just one of those folding kind that you
No, and I'm not going to mention the department store where I got it at anymore. It's gotten too much free publicity.
Yeah.
But now, what I put it through my own torture test. I mean, it went through the Larry torture test, and it survived that, and I knew it could fulfill my dream.
What happened What happened when you contacted the Los Angeles International Airport, or your friend on the ground contacted you?
Okay, my friend, first of all, when he told me, he says, "You're not going to believe this, but there's a guy up there in a lawn chair with 43 balloons." And, no, really. And we got this on tape and audio, but he said, "You're not going to believe." Everyone was panicking because this was totally unexpected, the cable snapping.
You were actually also seen by other aircraft,
I was spotted evidently by Delta and a TDWA light at 16,000 feet.
16,000 feet. This is truly amazing, and we're going to pause, and Larry will be back here with us, and we'll continue discussing this man's odyssey right after.
Okay, we'll come back to the final part of Larry's interview there with David Letterman. And folks, I see you sending me text, chat, but I've got my UI shut off right now, so I don't have so much clutter on the stream. So I'm not going to open it up to answer you, because sometimes there's some things on there that somebody might not want people to see. So I respect everybody's privacy. So anyway, we got a song here. So, Larry's and Grizz, thank you so much for the information on Larry's chair, but it is in the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. And after Grizz sent that out, I popped over and looked it up too. And it's called, the display it's in is called the Thomas W. Haas We All Fly Gallery. So if you're ever in D.C., check it out. It's been years and years since I've been to the Smithsonian, but that would be pretty cool to see. And so Larry, I haven't told you that yet. If you didn't know, every time I do these shows, I do a little more research, and of course there's more information come out about it. But I found out that Larry's chair, he named it Inspiration One. So we made a song about that, and we're we're going to play that, and then we'll go back to the remainder of about 3 minutes left on his interview.
Inspiration one. She wasn't built in a factory, wasn't born on a silver line. No polished wings, no captain's seat, no numbers on her side. She sat out in the sunshine, just a chair from someone's yard, till a dreamer tied balloons to her and pointed at the stars. They said it couldn't happen, they said it wasn't wise, but some more lawn chair found her name the day she touched the sky. Inspiration one, you carried a man where dreams don't die, up through the blue past the rooftops high, a backyard legend learned to fly. Inspiration one, no runway lights, no reason why, just 42 balloons and a fool brave enough to try. On Inspiration one, she climbed above Los Angeles, where the big jets make their turn, with a sandwich and a pellet gun and a lesson hard to learn. The tower couldn't believe it, the pilots called it in, a man in a chair in the open air, with fear across his grin. She rattled in the cold wind, she drifted with the sun. She wasn't made for flying, but somehow she had begun. Inspiration one, you carried a man where dreams don't die, up through the blue past the rooftops high, a backyard legend learned to fly. Inspiration one, no runway lights, no reason why, just 42 balloons and a fool brave enough to try. On Inspiration one, some heroes ride in rockets, some sail across the sea, some leave the ground in leather seats with champagne and luxury. But Larry had a long chair, a wild idea and nerve, and history has a special place for those who miss the curve.
Okay, it looks like AH might have got caught in the power lines there. A spot-on landing by Captain Street. Landed right on the bullseye. Excellent landing there. Kissy Kitty also landed there earlier. I forgot to mention that. Another great landing. There comes somebody falling. Those balloons do descend very quickly. I guess you shot out too many balloons, so be careful. Let's see what else we got going here. Yeah. So a great time here, and come and party with the band here. We're getting down close to some of our dance music as some of the people arrive here. So I'll give you a fair warning for that. First of all, let's listen to the final part of Larry's Letterman interview. Here we go.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, this gentleman is Larry Walters, who recently went up about 16,000 feet with the helium balloons and a lawn chair. And was this, were you frightened?
No, sir.
Well, couldn't you fall out of the chair?
No, impossible.
Well, I've fallen out of lawn chairs in my backyard.
You wouldn't have fallen out of my chair.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. You would not have fallen out of my chair.
You were pretty well strapped in?
I wasn't strapped in at all. I didn't have a safety belt or a seat
You're
belt.
just sitting in the chair.
I was sitting in the chair. Believe me, I knew what I was doing.
But now what guarantee do you have when the chair lifts that you won't be pitched forward or left or right? What kind
in fact, I had the chair pitched. We have this on videotape. We had it pitched back in about a 45-degree angle, or 40-degree angle. And I was pitched back intentionally. Yeah. And then when I was strapped in, even if I had to jump out, it would have been a little difficult to get out of that chair. No, there was no need for a seatbelt.
What about the problem with other aircraft? You mentioned that you were spotted by 2 commercial airline planes. Now, did you actually see any?
That's an honor. No, I did not see or hear any the roar of any jet engines. But at least they confirmed my altitude, which was 16,000 feet.
Yeah. Did you have any? Were you going to do anything to let people know ahead of time that there might be a guy in a lawn chair in the area?
You know, that's when I was going to be tethered for an hour, and then a half hour before, I was going to cut myself loose, because nobody else would do it for me. My ground crew were going to notify the proper authorities. We were going to give them a half-hour notice. Now, what I did was wrong. I'm not making excuses, but we were going to give the FAA and all the local airports a half-hour notice. Yeah. And it's by the grace of God that, you know, I did hit a plane or...
Now, why was this wrong? How were you different from any other balloonist?
First of all, most balloonists don't go from clusters of weather balloons, and they're very fragile, too. I mean, you could poke your finger through one of them. They're so fragile. Yeah. Or a pin. They can be popped with a pin. That's how fragile they are.
So you did... there is a law against this?
There's a law against taking up a balloon or balloons without a license, and the FAA already said if I had a license, they would have revoked it. But since I don't have a license, they can't revoke it. Yeah. So
now, would you do this again?
No, this was the fulfillment of a 20-year dream. Yeah. And I accomplished my dream.
Yeah. Now, how does that feel, having succeeded in achieving what you always wanted to do?
I achieved inner peace. I've achieved inner peace within myself. Really? I'm a happier person today.
Well, that's good. A happier person for it. This is a fascinating story, Larry, and I'm grateful that you could come all the way to New York City and share it with us.
Well, I thank you for inviting me, sir.
Anytime. If you want to do something else, let us know, sir.
I will. Thank you.
Larry Walters, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after you take a look at
this. I didn't set out to be famous, didn't set out to make the news. I had a chair out in the backyard and a sky I wanted to use. I tied my dream to some balloons, thought I'd rise up nice and slow, just a few 100 feet above the streets, watching my little world below. I just wanted to see the neighborhood from a little higher than a man normally could. I didn't mean to scare the planes or make the evening news. I just wanted to see the neighborhood. Thought the sky might do my heart some good. But dreams get strange when the wind breaks through and to lunch like a working man, brought a drink and a pellet gun too. Had water jugs for ballast and a plan I thought I knew. But the rope snapped like a thunderclap and the whole world dropped away. 1 minute I was in the backyard, next minute I was flying over L.A. I just wanted to see the neighborhood from a little higher than a man normally could. I didn't mean to scare the planes or make the evening news. I just wanted to see the neighborhood. Thought the sky might do my heart some good. But dreams get strange when the wind breaks through and carries them away from you. They asked me why I did it, like I had some perfect line, but some answers sound too simple after you've touched 16,000 feet of sky. There were fines and flashing cameras, there were jokes I had to take, but for one wild afternoon I saw how big a dream can break. The chair became a legend and my name got passed around. They put my story in the papers after I made it back to ground. But underneath the headlines, past the laughter and the fright, was just a man who wanted to look at home from a different height. I just wanted to see the neighborhood from a little higher than a man normally could. I didn't mean to scare the planes or make the evening news. I just wanted to see the neighborhood. Thought the sky might do my heart some good. But dreams get strange when the wind breaks through and carries them away from you. 42 balloons and a lawn chair ride, a simple dream that climbed too high. I came back down, but I understood. I just wanted to see the neighborhood.
Okay, yeah, that was the closing song as far as the stories about Larry, but we do have some dance tunes, and Lael's just coming in for landing here, and she's been on every flight that we've done to, every Lawn Chair Larry flight, and I love it. She flies in her chair standing up, so and she just hit the target there. Good job, Lael, and I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you could make the flight again. So, like I said, I took a couple years off from this, and it was good to get back to it. I kind of the inspiration of Jack Tracker, who I saw come in there. Jack, I think you're here somewhere. I'm cammed out to keep on the landing area because I don't want to miss anybody. But anyway, Kana, I'm going to give you a chance if you can get your tuba strapped on, and Blue, can you get your accordion? Blues Girl, can you get your accordion up? And Kat, you'll need your fiddle for this one too. I think there's a fiddle in this one. I can't remember. Normally I send the songs out to the band and they can review them ahead of time, but this, like I said, this was a little bit of a last minute thing, so we put the songs together a little bit rushed and I didn't get them posted. But anyway, Billy Bob's band likes to experiment with different genres of music, and they've been messing around with the polka. So I'm going to cam back around here, see if the band's ready. I'm going to start the show here. I see accordion and Kana may be AFK. Don't see her moving to get her tuba, so maybe she'll catch up with it. But yeah, so again, we got Kat Von C up there, and a blues girl, Kyle, is doing lead singer today because Billy Bob is maybe he didn't get out. He usually gets to the concerts on work release, so maybe since this was a special show, he couldn't get permission to get out. Samara's over there on keyboard, Wade's on bass, and Kana's back on the drums right now. Kissy Kitty. Oh, she's coming to get her tuba. Yeah, good. And Kissy Kitty has joined us up on the stage, so this is great. We love it. And so Billy Bob's band performs here at Geneseo Airport. We've done a couple shows up at the arena upstairs at the outdoor music venue. And normally we do them in Billy Bob's Underground, which is underneath us here under the tarmac over on the other side of the Sim. So if you like our music and Billy Bob's band here, it gets pretty crazy. And normally we have Calica with us. Oh, thank you, Julia. I didn't put out a tip jar. I forgot. I don't really do this for the money anyway. If I did, I'd go broke. So anyway, get your dancing shoes on, get your polka shoes on, and band, are you ready? We're going to do a little number called the Lawn Chair Polka. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, fly. Grab your chair, tie it there, wave goodbye to the sky. Larry had a lawn chair, Larry had a plan. Larry had some balloons and a sandwich in his hand. He said, I'll float a little just above the town, but the chair shot up and would not come down. Round and round, up and away. Now everybody dance the Larry Walters way. To the lawn chair polka, bounce it to the right. 42 balloons and a runaway flight. To the lawn chair polka, stomp it to the left. Wave your hands up high and hope there's oxygen left. Spin around, don't look down, kick your feet and shout. When the lawn chair starts to wobble, that's what polka's all about. He had no engine, he had no crew, just a backyard dream and a California view. The tower started yelling, the pilots yelled too. Is that a man in a chair floating through the blue? Round and round, up in the air. Now everybody dance like you just don't care. Do the lawn chair polka, bounce it to the right. 42 balloons and a runaway flight. Do the lawn chair polka, stomp it to the left. Wave your hands up high and hope there's oxygen left. Spin around, don't look down, kick your feet and shout. When the lawn chair starts to wobble, that's what polka's all about. Pop one balloon, pop two more. Larry's coming down like never before. Clap your hands, stomp your shoes. Everybody's got the air traffic blues. Power lines, police cars, some folks dancing, some see stars. But Larry came down and the legend grew. Now the whole grid's dancing in honor of you. To the left, to the right, everybody take flight. Clap twice, spin around. Now bring that lawn chair down. Do the lawn chair polka, bounce it to the right. 42 balloons and a runaway flight. Do the lawn chair polka, stomp it to the left. Wave your hands up high and hope there's oxygen left. Spin around, don't look down, kick your feet and shout. When the lawn chair starts to wobble, that's what polka's all about. 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, fly. Billy Bob's band is dancing through the sky. 1, 2, 3, cheers. 1, 2, 3, hey. The lawn chair polka takes the grid away.
Okay, hope you like the polka there. We've done several polka songs here and seem to be pretty popular. So I don't see any more balloon flyers out there, lawn chair flyers. I hope there may still be some out, but if not, thank you so much for flying with us today. It's been a whole lot of fun. Let me see here. I'm going to pull up another song here. I think this one is, you can check your playlist, the Weather Balloon Boogie coming up here. And I think it's probably a normal setup with a harmonica, if I remember right. So let's go. Here we go with the Weather Balloon Boogie.
Weather balloon boogie! Clap your hands, stomp your feet. We got a lawn chair in the street. Tie it up, count to 3. Now everybody boogie with me. Hey! Little Larry had a chair and a wild idea. 42 balloons and a cooler of cheer. He said, I'll float just a little bit high. Then he disappeared into the California sky. The neighbors looked up, the dogs went wild. Somebody yelled, that man just smiled. No engine, no wings, no flight school plan. Just a lawn chair pilot and a brave, foolish man. Up, 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 don't ask why. When the rope lets go, you learn to fly. Do the weather balloon boogie. Shake it left, shake it right. Do the weather balloon boogie. Floating through the night. 42 balloons and a lawn chair seat. Kick those shoes to the boogie beat. Do the weather balloon boogie. Everybody take flight. The tower called out, what's that in the blue? The pilot said, brother, I see him too. A man in a chair with his knees pulled tight, dancing with danger at airplane height. Larry looked down and Larry looked around, said that is a long way back to the ground. He had a pellet gun and a sandwich too, but no instruction manual for what to do. Pop, 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 easy now, you got up there, Larry, come back down somehow. Do the weather balloon boogie. Shake it left, shake it right. Do the weather balloon boogie. Floating through the night. 42 balloons and a lawn chair seat. Kick those shoes to the boogie beat. Do the weather balloon boogie. Everybody take flight. Now slide to the runway. Spin to the sky. Wave to the tower as you drift on by. Clap for the dreamers. Stunt for the fools. Sometimes crazy. Breaks all the rules. No first class ticket. No silver plane. Just weather balloons and a legendary name. Boogie up. Boogie up. Boogie down. Boogie down. Boogie all around the town. To the left. To the left. To the right. To the right. Lawn chair Larry's taking flight. He came down Tangled. The lights went out. Police cars rolled and the people did shout. But the story took off from coast to coast. And now we raise a boogie toast. So grab your partner, grab your chair. Throw your hands up in the air. Billy Bob's band is here to play. And Larry's legend dances away. To the weather balloon boogie. Shake it left, shake it right. Do the weather balloon boogie. Floating through the night. 42 balloons and a lawn chair seat. Kick those shoes to the boogie beat. Do the weather balloon boogie. Everybody take flight. Ah, weather balloon boogie. High above the ground. Weather balloon boogie. Don't look down. 42 balloons, one wild ride. Now everybody boogie on the Larry side.
All right. Yeah, we got a couple more songs for you, and then we're going to cut you loose here. You can listen to our music on Spotify, YouTube Music, iTunes, Amazon Music. I haven't put these songs up there yet, but we'll get them posted there. If you want to listen to them, we'll put them in a playlist for you. We've got like 100 songs up there right now. So Spotify and YouTube Music are the two main ones I listen to, but there's like over 20 streaming services these songs go to when I post them. So check us out for sure. And let's see here. I got another kind of interesting song experimenting with another music genre here. And I think you're going to like this one. We need somebody on the conga and maybe some horns if you guys got time to switch out your instruments there. If anybody want to get on the congas back there, you can. And this one is called the Patio Chair Cha-Cha. So this is a good dance tune. Then we got one more after this to really send you away with a song in your heart and a dance on your feet. So here we go with the Patio Chair Cha-Cha. Enjoy.
Chair sitting in the California sun, tied it to some weather balloon, said this ought to be some fun. He packed a little sandwich, had a cooler by his knee, but when that rope went snapping loose, he joined the birds for free. Step to the left, step to the right, wave goodbye to common flight, to the patio chair, cha-cha, floated nice and slow. Patio chair, cha-cha, where the trade winds blow. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, don't look down too far. 42 balloons and a backyard star, doing the patio chair, cha-cha. The tower started talking, the pilots called it in. There's a man up in a lawn chair, nervous little grin. Larry grabbed the radio, said, I'm doing what I can. The tower said, please explain yourself. He said, that was never in the plan. Step to the left, step to the right, shake those balloons in the pale moonlight, to the patio chair, cha-cha, floated nice and slow. The patio chair, cha-cha, where the trade winds blow. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, don't look down too far. 42 balloons and a backyard star, doing the patio chair, cha-cha. Clap your hands, move your feet. Larry's got rhythm at 16,000 feet. Spin your partner, turn around. Now help that man get back to the ground. Cha-cha up, cha-cha down, cha-cha all around the town. Pop one balloon, pop 2 more. Cha-cha Larry to the dance floor. He came down over Long Beach with strings all hanging loose. The lights went out, the cops showed up, and Larry had no good excuse. But every wild adventure needs a rhythm and a smile, so we'll dance the chair back down again. Second lifestyle, do the patio chair, cha-cha, floated nice and slow. The patio chair, cha-cha, where the trade winds blow. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, don't look down too far. 42 balloons and a backyard star, doing the patio chair, cha-cha, cha-cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. Billy Bob's band has got you dancing in the air. Cha-cha-cha-cha, don't look down. The patio chair, cha-cha, is landing in town. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha.
Eat your heart out, Barry Manilow, for sure. That was the Patio Chair Cha-Cha. I hope you enjoyed it. Our last tune for this evening, and thank you all for joining us here, Captain, and glad Marie joined us up here, and Ari as well. And this one's a bluegrass song, so we need the banjo and the fiddle I see out there. And we're going to leave you dancing here tonight. And Larry Walters sadly passed away in 1992, I believe it was. And he was very depressed and ended his life. But we do honor him for his bravery and maybe craziness as a way, as he went into aviation history with a crazy stunt. But hey, we do thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the flight and the show. We'll do it again next year, God willing, and we'll see you all next time. Here we go with the 16,000 feet stomp. Enjoy.
16,000 feet stomp! Stomp your boots, clap your hands. Larry's got a lawn chair way above the land. Larry had a lawn chair and a backyard dream, 42 balloons and a half-baked scheme. He said, I'll rise up easy just a little ways. Then he shot through the sky like a rocket in a haze. The rope snapped loose, the chair took flight. Now Larry's dancing with the clouds in sight. Do the 16,000 feet stop. Kick it high and don't you stop. Banjo ringing, fiddle hot. Larry's in the sky like it or not. Do the 16,000 feet stomp. Clap your hands and let it drop. 42 balloons in the wild blue air, and a brave fool grinning in a patio chair. He had a little sandwich and a cooler by his side, but he didn't have brakes on the lawn chair ride. The pilot started calling, the tower said, no way, there's a man in a chair over Road LA. The city got small, the ocean got wide. Larry held on for a history ride. To the 16,000 feet stomp. Kick it high and don't you stop. Banjo ringing, fiddle hot. Larry's in the sky like it or not. To the 16,000 feet stomp. Clap your hands and let it drop. 42 balloons in the wild blue air, and a brave fool grinning in a patio chair. Stomp to the left, stomp to the right. Wave at the tower as you pass out of sight. Spin your partner, circle round. Now help that lawn chair find the ground. Larry grabbed that pellet gun with a shaky little hand, said it's time I tried to get back to the land. Pop went one, pop went two, down came Larry through the California blue. Long Beach waited, the wire stood tall, and Larry learned gravity works for all. To the 16,000 feet stomp. Kick it high and don't you stop. Banjo ringing, fiddle hot. Larry's in the sky like it or not. Do the 16,000 feet stomp. Clap your hands and let it drop. 42 balloons in the wild blue air, and a brave fool grinning in a patio chair. Stop, 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 don't look down. Larry's coming back to solid ground. Stop, 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 raise a cheer. Billy Bob's band has got the whole grid here. Hey, hey.
Hey, y'all, thank you. And everyone, Arizona, I know you just gave a tip, and I do appreciate all the tips. It's not required, but much appreciated. Help us keep the airport open and MTFB radio on the air one more day. So thank you. Tune in to MTFB radio for all your music listening needs. And thanks again. We will see you all next time. Billy Bob's Band, you were awesome. Lawn Chair Pilots, you were awesomer. And we do thank you. Take care, everyone.